with 9 touchdowns. So more yards, more touchdowns, and he had more receptions. He went from 104 to 125. So this guy's been 100 plus reception, 1,200 plus yards, and almost on the cusp of that double-digit, touchdown. And he has been a guy that Drew Brees has depended on, a lot when they needed a big play, when they needed a tough play, when they need a red zone play, or they need a third down play, or they need a tough catch with this guy. So I don't know if he's going to be the highest paid, but he definitely needs to be in the mix, in the top maybe 3, if you will. And here's the thing about being the highest paid: someone's going to come right behind you because you're just trying to push the meter up for the next guy, but someone's going to come behind him because the Falcons here in Atlanta are talking about a deal with Julio Jones. So you got to think that Julio is probably going to be in the mix for that. Odell Beckham got a deal. Other wide receivers are going to get a deal behind us, but Michael Thomas has done what he needed to do. Being drafted in the second round, obviously he's not making any money to the extent of a first round player. The other thing is he doesn't, and this actually works out for Michael Thomas at this point. He does not have that 5th-year option that first rounders gets tagged to them. And the reason I said that works is because now he can do his deal earlier. A lot of teams, if they got you still on your rookie deal, that's great. And then they can pick up your 5th-year option on it. And I think he had a 3-year, if I remember correctly, because he's in his 3rd year. So then he can immediately either he can get franchise tag, or, he can get an extension and get paid, or he can, which would not happen. They're not going to let him walk away, but he could, be a free agent. So this is good for Michael Thomas because his contract's in early. He's going to get paid, but he has been a constant force for them. And if he gets all of the money, which he's not, but if he gets, top 3 money, I think that's a good look, for him. He deserves it. His stats show it, and he's in. Ladies and gentlemen, let me just preface this because I am nowhere near a Saints fan, and on Ohio State, it just almost makes me throw up just saying it. Being a Wolverine fan. But the man can play. And I got to respect that, and I got to give respect where it's due. He is a professional. He takes care of his body. He wants to get better. He understands what it is to be a top wide receiver. And his game, let me just tell you, if you haven't seen Michael Thomas play, you need to watch a game with him playing. It is. I mean, he is not playing around when he is out there. He is all business. And if you got somebody like that, you got to reward him. No off the field problems. No immaturity or anything like that. I think the one thing he might have had, he did the Joe Horn cell phone thing, but I didn't have a problem with that. So, yeah, he's a safe bet, and go ahead, give the man his money so he can get paid. Give the man his money. Show him the money. Lopez, hit that thing.
Show me the money!
Yeah. They're going to show him the money, and he's going to be all right. So the other thing is, and we've been talking about this all offseason. Actually, we talked about this playoffs, Super Bowl, and beyond that up until now. And we're still going to be talking about it. Todd Gurley's knee. So we got another update on that. His trainer is out there talking about that Todd Gurley has a arthritic knee. And everyone knew that coming out of college that he was going to have, this thing with his knee. And basically what the Rams are trying to, sell it off as is that, hey, we're just not going to be as rough, on him like we have been, before, and all these carries and all this stuff. But the thing that throws me of them talking about this is that they act like they put him through the ringer during the preseason. He didn't play any preseason games last year. He did play in the regular season. He was, I think he was up. Yeah, he was up for what am I trying to say? He was up for MVP run. We know he wasn't going to beat, Pat Mahomes though. And the playoffs came, or actually at the end of the season, and then the playoffs came, and his production fell off, but also his carries fell off. So it's just making me wonder, like, what are the Rams speaking of? I've stuck to that. I think that they are, hiding something. They're not telling us everything, which I wouldn't expect a team to, do it. But to say that, yeah, he's going to have an arthritic knee. I think a lot of people knew that. I think everybody knew he was going to have some type of trouble, with his knee. But to go in and say, we're going to manage it, and then you're singing the praises of another guy, of a rookie that they drafted in the third round, that is going to, and Darrell Henderson, that's supposed to, I guess relieve Todd Gurley. That just doesn't. It just doesn't add up for me, if in my humble opinion, I should say. And I'm trying to find a quote that he said. This is his trainer. He said, "It's never been told to me that there's a plan to decrease his workload." He said, "At the end of the day, you need solid running backs. They grabbed a home run running back in the third round. If you watched the game last year, Todd typically sat out 2 or 3 series last year. I don't see anything changing with that. So you need a back who can catch." And I believe Darrell averaged 9 yards per carry, a home run type guy. Well, and to see, I get that, but Todd Gurley production fell off. You're in the Super Bowl and you're only carrying 5 to 10 times. You're in the NFC Championship game. You're only carrying a handful of times. You're carrying the ball. You're Todd Gurley and you're carrying the ball as if you're a third string running back. Is that what they're talking about? Because that is the sample that we got out there. And then you tried to play it, to sell it to us that there was nothing going on. And now you're going to say, well, hey, it's going to be pretty much kind of the same thing. We're just not going to, use them as much. We're going to draw it back just a little bit. You already drawed it back during the preseason last year. If you're going to draw it back again, I don't see how you can draw it back anymore. This is what it is, man. This is probably going to be more of a shared running back. I still think Todd Gurley will be the primary running back. I still think Todd Gurley, will show the signs of his dominance that he has before. But I do think there's going to be times that they're going to, he's not going to be that workhorse. He's not going to be that bell cow, running back. Because I think they are worried about that knee. And as far as like, if they don't want to accelerate what's going on with his knee. But to do that, you got to lighten his workload. And you're trying to sell it to me and us as if, well, going to draw it back, a snap or two. No, I think it's going to be a significant, he'll still be, a back that you have to worry about. But I do think they're going to draw it back. I think they're going to throw a little bit more. I think they're going to put a little bit more more on the plate, of Jared Goff. So Todd Gurley and his knee, it's not going away, ladies and gentlemen. It's not going away. And then when week 1, because he's not going to play during the preseason, and there's no point in him playing. He knows what he's doing. He knows his body and all that stuff. There's guys that's fine not playing, preseason. And Todd Gurley is one of them. But once when week 1, week 2 come around, we're going to really find out about that knee. And because there's going to be no way to hide him if there is something serious with that knee. I hope it's not, but we're going to find out. And I brought up Jared Goff. So the reason I brought up Jared Goff also again now is quarterback. So we saw Pat Mahomes win the MVP, 50 touchdowns, threw all these yards and no-look passes and all that stuff. So it begs the question now, who's going to be this year's Pat Mahomes? Who's going to be the next Mahomes? And let me say this before everyone goes crazy on me and say, I can't believe y'all, you're going to try and, compare somebody to Pat. No. What I'm getting at is that Pat Mahomes, he sat a year basically, and he played that last year behind Alex Smith, and then he came out that next year, and obviously he set the NFL world on fire and let everybody know he has arrived. Now it's one season, we got to do it again, but that's my question, is that who's going to be that quarterback that goes to that next level to let everybody know they are here? And there are some names, if you want to put a name in a Wait a Minute Show chat room, you can do that. But there are some names that I threw in the hat to say possibly, these guys could be the next Pat Mahomes, if you will. The first one, he just got paid, Carson Wentz. Obviously, the Eagles believe in him that he's the next guy. He's had success. He was on, pace to be in the running for MVP himself 2 years ago, but an ACL injury slowed that down for him. So now they're saying that he's fully healthy, he's ready to go. Can he shed these injuries? And I'll say yes, because there's another quarterback in the NFL to start off their career they ran into. Now, they didn't have the success that Carson Wentz was having, but they did run into these injuries, and it was slowing them down. They were missing games, and then they stopped getting injured. Well, they stopped having injuries that kept them out for extended games. And Matthew Stafford is one of those people. He was always getting hurt. He was missing games, and everyone was wondering, could he stay healthy for a full 16 games? And now I think the past 5 to 6 years, Matthew Stafford hasn't missed a game. He's played hurt, which just recently he reported that he had some minor fractures in his back, so he was playing with a bad back. But he has been able to play these games. And I think, Carson Wentz, if he can stay healthy, I think he has the opportunity and the chance to show everybody that season that he had 2 years ago was not a fluke. Now, he's dealing with a little bit different situation because he had a quarterback that came in behind him and finished the deal of getting them to the Super Bowl and winning the Super Bowl. And also, he got hurt again this past season, and Nick Foles stepped in and got him to the playoffs and played, fairly well. So can he? Yes, I think he has the skill, talent, the talent to do it. Will he? I don't. I think he. I don't know if I'm ready yet to just say Carson Wentz has arrived. He may be 2 years removed or away from that. Next up is Dallas quarterback Dak Prescott, and he's had success. And I'm not going to take anything from Dak. He's won a couple playoff games. He had a hell of a rookie year, them going 13-3. A lot of people are going to say, well, Zeke Elliott had a lot to do with that, which he did, that's not a problem. That's nothing, to be ashamed of. Troy Aikman, even though he's a bad dude, without Emmitt Smith, I don't think Troy is as bad of a dude. So that's what I'm saying. It's nothing wrong with having a really, really, if not great running back, behind you running the ball. So, but here's the thing with Dak. He's still got to, get with his accuracy, being able to take over a game, I should say. I don't know if I've seen that from him on a consistent basis. I've seen him put drives together, but just imposing your will on a team, I haven't seen that just yet. So I'm going to say no right now, but I do think Dak is going to improve this year. He got an addition to Randall Cobb. He got Amari Cooper for the offseason. Gallup is there. I don't know about Hearns because of that injury that he had, but he got 3 nice wide receivers. Got a veteran in Jason Witten. Jason Witten will just be his outlet, if you will, or his hot route, to get out of trouble. Jason Witten's not going to be the same Jason Witten that he's always been. But he got that running game. He got that running game in Zeke that's behind him. So I think he will take the next stride. I just don't think it's going to be that big of a jump where it's going to be like, oh, Dak is that dude right now. He's working towards it, but he's just got to get better. with his accuracy.